I'm George Liddle Jr. with Ranger Boat Company, and today we have a very special show. We're in Flippin, Arkansas at Ranger's 45th anniversary. Special guest Keith Daffron. You're going to give us a tour, show us how all these gorgeous boats are put together.
Yeah, George, it's always a pleasure to get to show off our facilities and our people here at Ranger. In fact, it's hard to believe that 45 years ago we were just starting this process, and so it's going to be fun. Let's take a look around. I'll show you. Many customers' dreams are being made true today.
So this is the actual first step of the process of building a boat.
Yeah, oftentimes that's the hardest thing for someone to comprehend as we give a tour of our facility, is that the color is applied at the beginning of the process. So contrary to the way your automobile or your house might be, we're doing that first. And in this case, the customer is going to have a black bottom. Multiple layers will be added to the sides and the stripes, all the way down to the 1/8 inch pinstripes on both the deck and the hull, be the top or the bottom of the boat. I think one of the things that's unique about Ranger is that the colors are really infinite. There's just so many different colors that we have in our palette, and that can be applied in so many different areas of the boat. And I believe that's part of what makes a Ranger a Ranger. If you're looking at something else in the marketplace, there might just be a handful of different color options, as where us, a customer can tailor it all the way down to whatever, whatever specific shade they might be looking for.
What color pinstripe, what color side stripe, and it truly is a custom-built boat. So we've painted the deck, we've got all the colors on it.
That's right.
And so this process here is we've finally started putting some fiberglass on it, and this is what it looks like?
Exactly, yeah. What's happened is we've spent the first day painting the boat, and now we're into the second day, at which point we're applying the fiberglass laminate. And as this laminate's applied, it has to be, all the air has to be removed from it in order for it to bond to the color that we've applied on day one. In addition to that, we start to add a lot of reinforcement, and what reinforcement means to us is, in the case that you see here, are areas of pultruded fiberglass that are utilized as screw retention. This might be where the rear seat base is going to be, or a hinge for this compartment lid. And then in a number of areas, we're utilizing special woven glass that will ultimately get catalyzed resin applied to it and put into different areas where they might be more high stress.
This boat, Keith, has the boxes on it, has some of the plumbing on it, and one of the things that with the Ranger boat, the box itself is fiberglass, correct?
That's exactly right. Built just exactly the same way the boat is.
Right. So it's not a plastic box, and it is actually laminated to the boat.
That's true. And what's important is, if you look at this particular area, this is the cooler of your boat.
Okay.
All right, as the boat's turned upside down and not quite out of the mold. But you see all of these different conduits and tubings. They're there for a reason, because in a later step, we're going to apply foam to all these different areas. Any void between these two uprights are going to be filled with foam to give the boat those solid characteristics that a Ranger's known for, but it's also going to insulate your cooler, and there's a number of good byproducts for going ahead and spending the extra time and effort to put foam in these particular areas.
It's going to keep your beverages cold.
It will do that. What you see in front of us is actually the deck of a Z520C. So as you saw earlier, the colors have been applied, the fiberglass reinforcement has been added as well. The boat has been taken out of the mold, and as it's taken out, there's excess pieces that have to be removed from that part before it can be added to the hull and ultimately made into a boat. Now we use a 5-axis water jet robot that will measure this particular deck, account for any differences that might occur, and will utilize water running at about 50,000 PSI to come through and trim the excess pieces of fiberglass, even to the point we use some of those trim pieces to recycle in the production of the boat. And it's just another first and plus that we have because of the utilization of this water jet robot. Well, this is an important part, because as you see, all of the different areas have been cut out. We saw that with the water robot. But now they're going in and adding the foam that I touched on earlier. In between the boxes, all the way throughout the deck. I use the analogy a lot, George, it's like a milk carton. Pretend that you've got an empty milk carton and how easy it is to take both hands and crush that, as opposed to one that's full where it's going to be much more durable. Same holds true here. We're filling a milk carton with foam. Once he's done, he's going to lift this up. We'll show it. You'll actually turn the deck over and set it on or mate it up to the hull itself. We've spent really the better part of 3 days getting up into this point. And because we are such a custom builder, we offer different trim levels, different equipment on a multitude of models. This is where the rubber inherently meets the road. And what's happened is our internal computer system has told our warehouse whose boat's coming through and what equipment he's chosen for that particular boat. The operator gets a kit of components that are unique to that boat, that he has the right instructions to go in and install that equipment to the customer's specifications. And that's what's happening all the way down these 5 different lines. We subject every single boat to the final water test.
So we know this one has been pool tested.
That's right. We've checked this in the pool, and what's happened at the very same time is we were putting the finishing touches on its custom Ranger Trail trailer. And that's no small feat in itself, because we've been building these trailers since the late 70s, and I think it's so important to point that out because our customer has the serviceability after the sale that he simply won't get somewhere else. I really do sincerely hope that we're able to convey the pride that we have as a company for every single day. We built somebody's boat. We didn't just build a boat, we built it for a particular customer, and we're so proud of that fact, and I'm so glad that we were able to share that with you here today, George.
North American Fisherman is brought to you by Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. By Triley, anglers trust Berkeley Triley. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. And by Abu Garcia for life.
Hi, George.
Hey, Keith. Morning, buddy.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. It looks like a good day to be fishing a Clearwater lake.
Yeah, the rain's quit, and you know, these White River lakes are known for liking these drizzly, cloudy days, and so let's go give them a try.
We definitely have a drizzly, cloudy day.
How do you like our new ride?
Oh man, I'm loving this. I'm excited to get the tour from you on this new boat, the new 520C.
It's a lot of fun to fish out of.
All right, let's go do it.
All right. Yeah, George, this is one of my favorite pockets in the entire lake, and it's funny how you get attached to a particular place, but when they produce, it's hard not to.
We get to this one spot, this channel swing area that has some docks on it. We fished all the way through there and might have had one bite, but we get out towards the point and Keith catches a Kentucky.
There he is, right?
Bite? All right.
He's up here close to the boat.
A nice job. Like catching those. Good deal. Got to catch one before you catch two?
Yeah, you do. You know, these little Kentucky bass are just notorious here on Bull Shoals Lake. They're just healthy little fish.
Yeah.
That fish a year or two old. I try not to pass up an opportunity to spend time on the water, and today was very special because I was able to spend it with George Liddle, and I like what Forrest says when he mentions that there's no more common ground than the deck of a Ranger boat. There he is.
Fish.
Either he come back or a different one grabbed it.
Okay. There you go.
George, we kept saying there had to be one there.
Nice fish, Keith.
That's a nice winter fish on Bull Shoals Lake, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Nice fish.
Just a nice, healthy largemouth.
Yeah, pretty close to 3 pounds, 2 3/4, 3 pound largemouth.
Starts with 5 of those typically, doesn't it?
It does. This is a clear water setup. You want to get the bait far away from the boat. We used a 7-foot medium action rod with a lot of tip. That enabled us to make really long casts. Fluorocarbon line, invisible, once again for the super clear water, making long casts using a 6.4 gear ratio reel enabled us to get this bait to the proper depth.
Although the fishing may not have been as good as we had hoped, it just still winds up. The best part of the day was breakfast. How about that for a close, George?
So you head to your favorite lake, put your boat in the water, and you're off for a great day. But do you know what goes into creating your favorite boat? I'm Laura Shera, and this is North American Fisherman Clubhouse. Let's face it, every boat owner will tell you their boat is no different from their truck, their motorcycle, or their car. It just has to have the right feel. Getting that feel is the challenge to any manufacturer. On this tour of the Ranger factory in Flippin, Arkansas, George Liddle sees firsthand the kind of work that goes into making that feel happen for every boat heading out the door. The North American Fishing Club has boat reviews every month to help you decide which boat is best for you. The club is designed by anglers for anglers. If you fish, this is the place to be. Members of the NAFC can field test gear through our new Stuff program and get access to exclusive deals. Now there is a free and easy way to jump on board. Just log on to fishingclub.com/free magazine and sign up for your free subscription to the online edition of North American Fisherman magazine. North American Fisherman is offering you a chance to fish with our guys.
Wow, what a fish! Hey, I'm Eric Howdy with North American Fisherman. Do you want to come up here and fish with me?
No. Hold on 1 second there. I'm Captain Tyler Capella. If you actually want to catch some trophy fish, you got to come down to sunny Florida and fish with me. How about a huge smoker kingfish like this monster?
You can sign up at North American Fisherman's Facebook page, or you can go to fishingclub.com to sign up for a contest to fish with myself or Tyler Capella.
Plus, everything is included. Hotels, flights, and a chance to see this.
Hey, it's up to you. All you have to do is enter. Go to fishingclub.com or like us on Facebook for your chance to win.
Coming up, what's lurking beneath the surface that threatens to destroy the water you fish? Find out on Silent Invaders, up next. On a recent summer morning, research biologist Ed Rutherford was out on Lake Michigan dragging the bottom for samples of zebra and quagga mussels, but he also pulled up a lesser-known invasive species.
It seems we caught a tremendous number of these large predaceous cladocerans called Bithotrephes, the spiny water flea.
The spiny water flea is so tiny it can barely be seen at the tip of a finger. Yet it presents a serious risk to North America's aquatic ecosystem. This is Island Lake Reservoir near Duluth, Minnesota. It's infested with spiny water flea.
The reported densities here, which reach around 100 per cubic meter of water, are among the highest densities in a single lake reported thus far on the North American continent.
Biologist Don Brandstrader lowers a plankton net 90 feet to capture samples of the invasive to study in his lab.
And they go down to the very deeper parts of the lake during the daytime and only rise up into the water column and near the surface during the night.
This microscopic insect actually competes with small fish by gobbling up zooplankton, the fish's main food supply. But when the small fish, in turn, attempt to eat the tiny insect,
they begin to choke and cough back up that organism.
That's because of the flea's long barbed tail, which not only chokes small fish, it clogs up fishing lines.
Water fleas, they collect on our lines when we're trolling on the downriggers, and sometimes we have to stop the customers from reeling in the fish because the line won't go through the guides because there's so many water fleas jammed up on the line.
Like so many other invasives, the spiny water flea hitchhiked its way from northern Europe in the ballast water of ships. It first appeared in the lower Great Lakes in the early 1980s. By 1987, it was established in all of the Great Lakes. The spiny water flea is just one of hundreds of aquatic invasives, just waiting to secretly hitch a ride with unsuspecting boaters and anglers to even more lakes and rivers.
So drying does appear to be the only effective means of killing the organism and its resting egg at this point.
The diligence of boaters is the best defense we have in the ever-growing battle with the aquatic hitchhikers, known as the Silent Invaders.
This is North American Fisherman's Field Test, powered by Stuff. Everything you see here has been tested and approved by members of the North American Fishing Club. If you want the latest in new gear, this is information you can trust. First up is the easy-to-use grip tip, which is an essential for on-the-water rod tip repair. One size fits any rod tip, there's no glue to use, and it's made in the USA. Club member Kenneth Guidara says the best thing about grip tips is how easy it is to use. It only takes seconds to make the repairs. Next, the Fenwick Elite Tech smallmouth spinning rod uses a graphite blank specifically designed for smallmouth fishing, as well as a new titanium frame to reduce overall rod weight. Club member Bruce Thompson says the Fenwick Elite Tech has exceptional balance, and he was able to cast all day without fatigue. To learn more about these products or to have your gear field tested, join me at fishingclub.com. Field test powered by Stuff Stuff.
North American Fisherman is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Quebec, providing emotion since 1534. Berkeley Gulf, alive, looks alive, feels alive, tastes alive. And by Hobie Fishing, powered by Mirage Drive. Up next, Knot Wars, and we finish up the day on the water. This is North American Fisherman.
Welcome to Knot Wars. We're back with more line-to-line knot competition. We take two line-to-line knots and pit them head-to-head in a test of strength. Now this is Knot Wars Light because we're using light line all from Berkley. Our leader material is going to be a 6-pound, 100% fluorocarbon and an 8-pound Trilene XT. And our main line is going to be a 6-pound fire line. Now this week, we've got our winner from last week, which was the leader knot. It's going head-to-head against this week's challenger, the blood knot. Now let's get you started by showing you how to tie each of these knots. First, the leader knot. As with all line-to-line knots, you run the two tag ends parallel. Bring your main line back toward the middle, and this is the tricky part. Wrap it around the doubled lines 3 times. Then insert the tag end through the middle of the loops and tighten the knot just enough that it doesn't slip. Now repeat the process using the tag end of the leader material. Moisten before drawing both knots together and drawing them tight. So there you have the leader knot. Now as we saw last week, this knot does really well on this light line. We're going to see now how to tie its challenger, the blood knot. Like all line-to-line connections, the blood knot starts with both lines parallel to each other. Next step, take the tag end of the line number 1 and wrap it around line number 2 3 times. Then insert the tag end back between the two lines. Now take the tag end of line number 2 and wrap it around line number 1 3 times. Now take the tag end back and insert it between the two lines, but in the opposite direction than you did with the tag end of line number 1. The trickiest part of this knot is drawing it tight, so take your time. So there's the blood knot. Now I know this is a strong knot because I've used it a lot while fly fishing, but is it strong enough to beat out the leader knot? Let's find out. Here we are at the Knot War machine from Berkley, and we're ready to find out who this week's winner is going to be. Will it be the leader knot here on the right, or its challenger, the blood knot here on the left? They're ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's find out. Whoa, there it is. The leader knot broke first this week. Now it was the strong knot last week, but in this bloodbath against the blood knot, it just couldn't hold up. That means that the blood knot moves on next week to face its challenger, the uni-to-uni knot. Now to learn how to tie either one of these knots, just head on over to our website, fishingclub.com. Or better yet, download the Knot Wars app on your smartphone. Knot Wars, because no good fish story ends with a broken knot.
You hear that? That is not a fiberglass boat. But we're still in Flippin, Arkansas, and we're still at a Ranger boat factory. Yes, Ranger is building aluminum boats. Research and development is something that never sleeps in Flippin, Arkansas, and it's showing up again with the new aluminum line.
We're building 7 different boat models. We have 3 different Ranger Tournament series. That is our Bass product, and we also have 4 different utility boats, which we're labeling our Apache series. anything V6 and above, we really try to keep focused on fiberglass.
Yeah.
That's our core business, has been for 45 years.
Yeah.
And with the college fishing and the high school fishing, those guys need something they can get in and they can afford, but yet they can feel safe. Hey, we know that you put a Ranger name on it, there's one quality standard. It doesn't mean if it's fiberglass or aluminum.
The level of quality with Ranger Boat products has never changed. There's only one standard, and that's the absolute best that they can be.
Well, here it is, George.
Man.
Ranger Tournament Series.
Fantastic. Look at this thing, man. Is this metallic paint?
Yes, it is. They're standard with metallic paint. There's 4 different choices of color.
4 different choices? And the consoles, they're fiberglass?
Fiberglass consoles are standard, built right here in our plant in Flippin.
Polyflake, they sure do look like a Ranger console. And those seats sure look familiar. They're made in Flippin too?
Absolutely. Let's take a look right here. These seats have that same look and feel that you're used to with the Ranger seats. They're built in the same plant as the seats for the Z520C are, George. So.
Man, I can't get over this 18-footer. Look at, we've got dual consoles. We've got a great center rod locker in this boat, something else you don't see in aluminum.
Center rod locker, not only that, we have a standard recessed trolling motor foot pedal that's made out of fiberglass as well.
Man, this is great. And now the flotation, tell me about that. I know it's a big deal in this boat.
Well, let's walk back here. The flotation is the same foam that we use in the fiberglass boats, and as you can see, that is, George. That's full of foam, and same on the other side and under the floor, and same foam we use in fiberglass boats.
So we've taken the foam concept of using foam as a construction method. You know, we're building the seats, we're building the trailers, we're building the consoles, wiring harnesses. This is truly a Ranger boat.
Solid one-piece feel.